I assume this path is going to lead me to actually climbing the origin tree. But that also looks like a really long way up. Are they just going to have this huge climb with, like, vines chasing me or something? Like, I don't really know what to expect here. Also, these seem silly, but how the fuck do I get up there? Oh, because it wouldn't let me climb before. Should I really be fighting this thing? I'm doing it anyway. Oh god, there's like 3 of them. Do we really want to do this? I don't think so. I don't think we want to do this. Although I just killed that one without taking any hits, so there's that. Yeah, I'm not doing this. What do you do when you don't want to go to sleep, but you're tired? Well... It's a good question that I should know the answer to. Fucking shit, can you get out of my way, please? Is that a rope there? I think that's a rope. Hold on a second.
Now, BD.
They are, and there's a bunch of them, so I don't like it. You want to go to sleep. Oh, don't want to go to sleep, but you're tired. I forget if you drink coffee, because, you know, that can help. Or really, if that's not a thing, or if you don't want something to basically, I guess, kind of cheat, if you will, to do that. I would say any fucking hell. Any sort of creative outlet, honestly. Like, a lot of times, that's where writes have come from as of late. Not quite like I should go to sleep for work the next day, but instead I feel like writing a little something. And that's going to be one of 2 things at this point. That's going to be what I continue to do, and or the journal that Carolyn got me. Because that will be joining the nightly rituals at this point. How the fuck do I get open? Oh, okay. Ah, god damn it. I think that's where I go, but I fucked up. But any creative outlet, like, I would say play a game, but that really depends on the game, right? Because I'd have to be, like, really engaged, because, as my cousin will tell you, a cousin of mine likes to tell a story about how I fell asleep halfway through a boss fight in Mega Man X4. And, like, I was nodding off. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning. I was showing him the game. I was kind of just nodding off during, like, halfway during, I forget which boss it was. But I nodded off halfway throughout the fight. Shit! And what happened was, you know, he noticed all of a sudden I just wasn't whipping the boss's ass anymore. I was just kind of sitting there. And I guess it took him a bit to realize that. And when he did, he told me, you know, he yelled at me. He's like, wake up, you're getting your ass kicked or something like that. So then I proceeded to finish off the boss with, like, next to no hits left because I took a bunch of free hits because I fell asleep. And this is a Mega Man game we're talking about, so I guess the real thing here is that games only engage you so much, especially if you've played them a whole bunch. So I'd say whatever creative outlet. Like back when I did a lot more videos, that would be the thing. But that answer is going to be different for everybody. So that's kind of why I say creative outlets. It leaves it pretty open, because everyone's... I'm not convinced people can't be creative. Like, everyone has their own creative outlet, I would think, you know? Unless there's something like... I don't know, there'd have to be, like, something crazy wrong with you to not be creative in some way. So, whatever that is for you, I would say do that.
For generations, the Wookiees made a pilgrimage to the top.
Yay, skill point, except I have no... Oh boy. Yeah. So... I don't really know where I'm going in this place. As you've slept a good night's rest, you're eager to see others or do something exciting with your day, but only after only an hour or so, you're nodding off badly. This continues all day. It doesn't matter if you rest. Coffee, stimulants of any kind do nothing. So for that entire day, you accomplish nothing. I mean, if you're nodding off that often, I would almost say try and bring whatever company to you. This way, you're engaged but not potentially falling asleep on the road, because that would be bad, right? You know, nodding off on the road. Like, driving isn't super engaging. And depending on how tired you are, even with music, that's not a risk worth taking, you know? Because going to see somebody would involve actually going ahead and driving. So perhaps, yeah, exactly. So like, I would say try and bring them to you. Of course, the later it gets, the more difficult that might be to try and pull off. I mean, hell, the only other thing I can really think of to still kind of do that but not have to leave the house, it's not as good as in-person company, but it's still something. We're in, you know, the digital nation of sorts. Could always do a video chat with a close friend. Someone willing to, you know, hear you out and or no judgment zone, stuff like that. Nice little interactive, not small talk though. Small talk would probably put you to sleep. You know, have a nice little philosophical conversation. Because I mean, let's get real. A lot of small talk that goes on in everyday lives is just not that exciting. Don't know very many people willing to do video chats. You know, I'm not entirely sure I do either, but it's something I thought of, right? It's kind of, I don't know, maybe this is more along the lines of, like a partner of sorts, I guess, but it doesn't have to be restricted to that. Like, you can, that's the thing, right? You have I'm glad you agree with that, because like it's interesting because I'll bullshit with whoever, whenever, but the shit gets boring. Like, talk to me about real shit. I almost rather hear someone bitching about a real problem, and I have to be really kind of specific here. A real problem that
Shh. We don't know if it's friendly.
you
That's the thing that took down the
you
Manchester.
legitimately didn't cause yourself. I almost rather you talk about a life struggle of sorts than just small talk, because it's boring. But philosophical can also go one. You also got to kind of know who you're going to have that kind of conversation with, because everyone's got biases of sorts. So kind of goes back to the whole no judgment zone type of deal. It's one heck of a thought / conversation to go towards the end of the stream. Thank you for asking that question. I know this is like to try to help with whatever, but this is I like this. Things like this I like. It also makes things different here. In fact, I remember last time we kind of went into conversation, like a whole full-fledged conversation while I was playing Nier Automata. That was good times. Which reminds me, I still need to finish my 3rd playthrough. Probably should do that at some point before Doom Eternal, but whatever. Yeah, that was a whole, like, kind of philosophical, but also, I want to say kind of sort of a catch-up of sorts, because
Get up.
I remember talking about certain subjects at that point.
Just keep failing, Master.
Do you? Good. Keep failing. Keep getting back up. That is the only way to succeed. Do not allow
Haven't yet.
yourself
I
to
guess
be
I
weighed
lost
down
track of
by
what I even
ego
said.
and pretense. Let go of what you fear to lose and rise up. Now. Again.
Apparently I'm getting another Jedi power now. Oh yeah, Nier Automata. No, I have not. I took a, I remembered as you told
Good.
me.
Now reach my
What? I get a fucking double jump? I mean, I don't really know how that's a Jedi power per se, since a lot of people can do it that aren't Jedis, but you know, whatever. Yeah, perhaps I chose the wrong Padawan. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
I'm only joking, Cal. Don't focus on the opinions of others. It is
Even Jedi say it. Don't focus on the opinions of others. It is a weakness your enemy can exploit. You see? Even in the games, people who say life isn't a game of sorts are full of shit. Or movies, or books, or whatever. It's all comparable in
Getting
some
back
way,
up,
damn it.
BB. As long as we get back up, we're still in this fight. I'm finally back to where I was before the purge, before Master T'Pol died.
It is. It's universal advice. That said, I still need work in that department, but I've gotten a lot better over the last year or so. Although I suppose I can't say quite a year since things went more downhill, but shit's getting a lot better, I think. I got even more skills now. Oh, shit. I was wondering when the rest of this was going to open up. This is a nice way to end. I mean, I don't necessarily need to end, per se, if we're doing stuff here. Interaction is good. Lightsaber Mastery. Increases all lightsaber damage. Sign me the fuck up. What else do we have? We already had Whirlwind Throw. This one's the max health, which is what I wanted to get next, but denying myself damage to rush people in the face just isn't something I can do. I can't ignore that. What else have we got here? We already had that. Ultimate Force Attunement. Cal's maximum force is increased, so we'll definitely want that at some point. Yep. Powering up the stuff I already have. What's that? Switch attack. I already have that. Or, not that I have it, but I've already seen that. Yeah, that lightsaber mastery, that's what we're going for next. But going back, it is. It is absolutely... I'd go as far as to say it's a life hack. World of Opportunity opens up.